Good morning and welcome to the session on linked list. So today we'll be discussing on various operations that are possible on linked list. For today's discussion, we'll be focusing on singly linked list or the linked list where each of the nodes will be having a pointer pointing to the address of the next immediate node. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the various operations that are possible on linked list. Okay, so first you have traversal through the list. So I think you might be knowing what you mean by traversal operation. So traversal is nothing but a tour across all the elements of the data structure. Okay, so when you talk about traversing an array, you will start visiting each of the data elements stored inside the array, right from the first element till the last stored element. Similarly, when you talk about traversing through a linked list, you are going to travel through all the nodes of the linked list starting from the first node. Okay, so you will have a header node if possible, else you will have a pointer pointing to the first node of the linked list. We call it as a header pointer. Okay, so you know the address of the header, and using that address you will travel through each of the nodes inside the linked list. Okay, so that is known as traversal operation. So first we'll be discussing on how traversal is possible in a singly linked list. Then another operation possible is that you can insert a node into the linked list. You can have three choices. Either you can insert it as the first node or at the beginning of the linked list, or you can insert it as the last node, which means at the end of the linked list, or you can insert the node at any point of your choice. Similarly, you can delete a particular node from the linked list. This can also have three variations. You can delete the first node, you can delete the last node, or you can delete any node from your choice. The next operation possible is that you can copy the content of an entire linked list into another linked list. Okay, that is a copying operation, or you can say duplicating a linked list. Okay, so for that you will again have to travel from the first node till the last node of the linked list, and each of the contents of that respective nodes will be stored into the newly developed linked list. So that is about duplication. The next operation possible is that you will have two linked lists you can merge together to form a new linked list. Okay, so you will have a first linked list and a second linked list. You can put them together, merge them together to form a new linked list. That is called merging operation. Finally, searching for an element in the list. So let's see all of these operations in detail. First, we'll start with traveling through the list. So this is an example for traversal. You have a single linked list which is having 6 nodes. The first node being 15 and the last node being 75. Okay. So each of these node is also having a pointer to its immediate node, immediately next node. Okay, so when you perform the traversal operation through this singly linked list, you can see that the order of traversal is just the same as that of the order by which these particular elements appeared inside the linked list, which means when you perform a traversal through this linked list, you can see that the order will be 15, 85, 26, 32, 54 and 75. Okay, so if you want to travel just to display all the elements in the linked list, you can just have it as 15, 85, 26, 32, 54 and 75. If you are traveling through the list to increment all the elements or updating all the elements by say 1 or 2, then if it is for an increment operation by 1, this becomes 16, 86, 27, 33, 55 and 76. Okay, so whenever you talk about traversal, you will be performing some roles while you are traversing through the list. Either it can be for displaying the elements, or it can be for some operation. It can be increment, decrement, updation, whatever it is. It is a process which is commonly done on all the data elements, on all the nodes of the linked list. Okay, so that is one particular feature of having a linked list. Okay, so when you are having a traversal, you are going to make sure that you are making the process done on all the given nodes of the linked list. So this is a simply linked list. Let's see how this can be implemented as an algorithm. So you can see the algorithm for traversal through a singly linked list here. So what is the input? What is the input or what is the data that you have? You know there is a linked list and there should be a pointer pointing to the first position of the linked list, and we call that pointer as header. So here the header is a pointer. Okay, so it's a pointer variable and it is storing the address of the location where the first data element of the linked list is being stored. I repeat, header is a pointer variable which is storing the address of the memory location where the first data element of the linked list has been stored. Okay, so you have that data with you. You know which is the first address where you can find the first data of the linked list. Okay, so that is available. Now, what should be the output? If you are traveling through the linked list for just displaying its contents, then definitely it will be displaying the contents in its order of or in its sequential order. If it was for updation, then you will be performing that updation and you will be displaying the results accordingly. So whatever was intended with this traversal, that will be performed on the data elements and all the data elements of the linked list, and you will have the output accordingly. So that is why it is written as output will be according to the process. If it is for display, you will be displaying the contents. If it is for updation, you will be updating the contents of the linked list and you will be displaying the updated contents. Okay. Similarly, the data structure being employed is a singly linked list with the starting address being stored in the pointer variable called header. Okay. Now, what should be done or how can this be done? Okay. So you remember in our discussion on linked list, we have told that every node is identical. Every node in a linked list is identical. It will have a space to store its data along with a space to store the address of the next element. So since this is a singly linked list, we will have just one pointer per node and that will be storing the address of the next element. The last element, in the last element, the address field will be a null pointer. So this is our assumption before we start. So we are calling that particular address field as link field. Okay. So when you talk about any node, there will be two fields in the node. First one will be corresponding to the data, or we call it as the data field, and the second one will be corresponding to the address and we call it as the link field. Okay. So here what is it? You are taking a temporary pointer or the traversing pointer, you call it as PTR, and you are initializing it to the address value which is stored inside the link field of the node where the header is currently pointing to. So header is pointing to which node? It is pointing to the first node, right? So PTR is having a value which is stored inside the link field of first data element. Okay, so header is pointing to the first node whereas PTR is pointing to the second node, because the link field value of the first node will obviously the address of second node. Okay, so that is the concept. So please understand, please keep in mind, you have a header. Header is pointing to the first node. It is storing the address of the memory location where the first node has been stored. The first data element has been stored. Then you have the link field, whereas link field of the first node is storing the address of the second element. Okay. Now, what is to be done? You have to check whether PTR is equal to null. When will PTR have a value which is equal to null? It will be there when the linked list is ending. Okay, so you can expect a null pointer only at the end of the list. So that is why the while loop is written as while PTR not equal to null. What is to be done? Now the PTR is currently at the second node. You are going to process PTR. Okay, so PTR is having the address of the second node, header is at the first node, so you are just going to start with it. Okay, so you will be processing. If it is for display, you will be printing the content. Okay, printing the content, all you have to do is that you will have to write print PTR data. Okay, print PTR data. I'll show you an example. Then what you have to do, you have to advance PTR to the next node. You have to advance PTR to the next node. So how can that be done? You will be advancing the PTR by the value of the current values link node. Okay, so suppose if PTR was pointing to the second node, now you are asking PTR to take the value which is stored inside the link field of second node, which means PTR will now be pointing to the third node. Okay, PTR will now be pointing to the third node. So this is how this is done. After since when we encounter with PTR having a value equal to the address of the last element, okay, you will be still performing the process, you will be still performing the display. After that, you will advance PTR with PTR is equal to PTR link, which means the link field was actually null, PTR becomes null, you come out of the loop. Okay, so sorry for that. So this is how the traversal operation works. Let's see an example. Okay, so I'm getting you an example here. Yes, so you can see here you have a linked list. Okay, and you are going to travel through this singly linked list for the traversal operation. Okay, so let's see how this can be done. Initially, header and PTR are both pointing to the first node. Okay, header, and so here you have an assumption that there is a specific header node, and the header node is having a value. Okay, so header node is having the address of the header, and it is having a link field where the link field is storing the address of the first node. Okay, so both header and PTR is now pointing to the first node. Now what you have to do, you are performing traversal for display, right? So now currently you are in the first node, you are marking the content as displayed. You do print PTR data, and what you can see, you are just printing it, and the content of the first node was A, it will be displayed as A. Okay, now you have to advance PTR. How PTR is being advanced? PTR is equal to PTR link, right? So PTR is pointing to the second node, you perform the operation, you display B, advance PTR, you perform the operation, display C, advance PTR. This goes on, and you can see until it reaches the last node, what happens? You will display the content. Now PTR is being advanced as PTR is equal to PTR link. What happens? PTR becomes null and you exit out of the algorithm. Okay, so I hope this is understood.